Hey friends, I'm Stephanie. Thanks for tuning in today. If you've watched a lot of my videos, then you know that I love adding gold details to my watercolor flowers. There's just something about that added sparkle that's so beautiful. I've been fascinated with gold leaf for a while now, but it just seemed like this really big, messy project that you needed a lot of tools to do, and it seemed very time consuming. But I recently discovered that that's not always the case. Pebeo, who also makes the masking fluid that I love, they have this like gilding mirror effect gold leaf kit. And at the time of me posting this anyway, it was less than $15 and it has everything that you need. I first saw this kit in action on Instagram. Calligraphusion was doing a demonstration of this, and so all inspiration goes to her. I will link her video down in the description. But this kit comes with the gilding paste that you need, as well as 3 sheets of gold leaf. Now, this is just for fun. This is not real gold. It's a combination of other metals. So just keep that in mind if you are looking for something that's going to last a really long time. The company does warn that it could possibly tarnish over time, and they recommend varnishing it to protect it against that. Also, if you're planning to put this on art that you would sell, you definitely want to look into the product a little bit more to make sure that it's durable and long lasting. But what's cool about it too is it's not just for paper. You can put it on glass and wood and lots of other things. So it's a very fun kit to have. So let me show you how to use it. So I have this quick little flower sketch that I drew on my watercolor paper, and I used a kneadable eraser to just lighten those pencil marks a little bit. I'm not so sure that that's necessary with the gold leaf, but just in case, I did it anyway. So the next step is to take this gilding paste, and it has a nice fine point on the end, so only a little bit will come out, and I'm going to trace over all of my pencil lines with this paste. Now I'm using a paper towel to keep cleaning off the end so that I don't have too much gooped up there. Okay, so now that I have outlined the entire thing with my gilding paste, I need to let it dry. This is the worst thing about this because it takes like 1 to 2 hours to dry, depending on how warm and humid your air is. And you can't heat dry it because the gilding paste loses its tackiness. So we'll come back to this when it's dry. We'll know it's dry when it starts to look a little bit clear, and it'll be dry to the touch as well. My gilding paste is dry, so now I'm taking a sheet of this gold leaf and placing it on top of my flowers with the gold side facing up. I'm applying firm pressure so it sticks well to the gilding paste. I'm using a soft towel to help me push it down evenly. And here comes the magic. Are you ready? Ta-da! My flowers are now outlined in this beautiful bright gold. The camera does not do it justice. It is so shiny and bold and gorgeous. I love it so much. I'm going over a few spots again with the gold leaf where it didn't stick as well and just trying to get a little bit more gold on there. So here you can see where the gold has come off of the sheet and it's left behind the outline of my flower drawing. I also learned that pencil does show through. If I didn't have my gilding paste perfectly on top of the pencil, it did show through, so it's worth it to lighten up those pencil marks with a kneadable eraser first, so I'll be doing that next time for sure. Now it's time to paint, and this is incredibly easy because the thick gilding paste is going to hold all of our paint and water in place, so it makes it really easy to stay within the lines. I'm just lightly wetting down each petal and dropping in some pink. I added in some dark value of pink near the center of the petals and used the tip of my brush to drag some of that paint out into the petal to make some soft lines. This was all while the petal was still wet. The rest of this process is very repetitive, so I'm going to speed up some parts. I might even add a background to this, because imagine how easy it's going to be to paint a background when my flowers are outlined with gilding paste, so it automatically creates a barrier so that you don't have to worry about the background color getting into the flowers. I won't have to be very careful and delicate with the brush when I get really close to the flower, because the gilding paste is going to keep them separate. And that's honestly one of the biggest reasons I avoid doing backgrounds with my flowers, is because it's so difficult to do all of that fine brush work along the very edge of the flower petals and the leaves, and then keeping your paper wet, and then making sure your paint blends evenly. It's just a lot to manage all at once. But having this gilding paste down means that I don't have to worry about my background color getting onto my petals. For the leaves, I started with a light value of sap green and then dabbed in a darker value of sap green just to add a little bit of shadow. I used a clean damp brush to blend that darker green into the lighter green so that there wasn't such a harsh contrast between the two. While the paint was still wet, I used this sharp object to draw in some veins on the leaves. You can use any sharp-tipped object to do this: a toothpick, the end of the handle of your paintbrush, the end of a paint tube, etc. I painted in a little bit of cadmium yellow for the flower center, and then my flower was done. I wish that the camera could pick up just how stunning this is in person. The video doesn't show just how truly glorious it is. I hope that this video inspired you to try some gold leaf to add some sparkle and shimmer to your art. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.